Yeah, hi again. Um, so here we are going over and solving the problems of chapter one from quantitative. Okay, as I said. Um, so the selected problems are those over here. List and discuss the steps of the decision-making process. So we've been through that actually, and the decision-making process are five steps: defining the problem, identifying the alternatives, determine the criteria, evaluate the alternatives, choose an alternative. Okay? So the discussion are given in the book and in the slides, so you know what it is about. And regarding the third problem is about, you know, um, the difference between qualitative and quantitative approach. We have been through that as well and why both are important. So they are important because sometimes qualitative approach is not enough to solve a problem and sometimes the quantitative also alone is not enough to solve a problem. Therefore, both are important, okay? So every quantitative up, approach and outputs of the mathematical models should be like supported by an intuition idea of the management experience. It's much better if we go this way. So what are the advantages of analyzing and experimenting with the model as opposed to a real object situation? So models have some advantage, which is like they are less, they are taking less time, less cost, and less risk. Okay, over the real, uh, over the real experiment without model. Now, suppose manager must choose between the following two mathematical model of the given situation. One, a relatively simple model that is a reasonable approximation of the real situation. B, a thorough and complex model that's the most accurate mathematical representation of the real situation possible. Why might the model described in part B, in part A, sorry, be preferred by the manager? Although that one, the B model is more accurate, but more complex. Okay. The thing is why A model can be preferred because it's a symbol. It's simple model and it is simple to understand by the decision makers. Okay, and easier to solve, easier to understand. That's why sometimes the decision makers or the top managers prefer simple model to complex model, although complex models can be more accurate in terms of estimation. Okay, 7. Suppose you are going to a weekend trip to a city that is d miles away. Okay, let's state some of these over here. D miles away. D is the distance. Develop a model that determines your round trip gasoline cost. What assumptions or approximations are necessary to treat with this model as a deterministic model? Are these assumptions, approximations accepted to you? So in order to deal with this, we develop a model to estimate our cost of gasoline during the round trip, okay? Round trip. Let's say, okay, so how many miles we cross? Miles, okay? And also we have a cost per gallon of gasoline. C, cost per gallon gas. Sorry, these days I'm not using my laptop. That's why not good in typing. So what will be our model over here? The total cost equals to let's do it this way. 2 distance divided by the number of miles multiplied by cost. Why 2 here? Because it's a round trip, going and coming back. Okay, so this is the model. This is how we can estimate our cost of using gasoline. Okay, okay. Um, I can share with you the solution of this part later on because I'm making this one and that one as a homework to you. So, or no, actually I changed my mind. I will do it in another way. Okay then, so yeah, I'll make both 8 and 9 portion to be your assignment, okay? Or your homework, your first homework. So you're gonna work on it and solve it and submit it on time. Thanks again for your attention.